Okay, so I thought I'd do a little review for us of some of the stuff that came out of the games that we recorded. These were both played by Benny and um, Jason, I think. So uh, here we go. Let's just get into it. Here's the first position, and oh, sorry, here's the first position. So it's black to play here. White's approach this corner seems reasonable. What should black's answer be? So take a minute and think about it, right? There's lots of options. There's pincering, there's taking the corner, there's like knight's moves and jumps. Um, you can pause and think about it for a little while if you want. But, okay, so in the game, black played here, and white played here, which I think is a mistake. So this is the normal Joseki, goes here, 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 and here. And you can play a little closer if you want to, as white. Now, so it's black's turn, which is good, but you might think that this direction isn't the right direction that black wants to be going because there's this white stone here. So black can't really develop this side. I mean, black can play like this and try and get something, but it's still pretty open to invasion. And now you can see that black had this stone and this stone down here. Let's see. These two stones, and they sort of, and this cornerstone, and they sort of wanted to develop this area, but now, because of the white stone, it's gonna be hard to do that. And it's white's turn here in this position, so, white just extends or something, and now all that potential's gone. So black can make a different choice back here, and maybe play this pincer. Other pincers are reasonable too, but just as an example, Joseki. And now, unlike previous variations, white generally doesn't attach here, because now this pincer stone is just in an ideal place to attack this group, and this group over here is pretty strong. I think you can play like this even. But that's not really the point, so we can just play a simple one. Jump, 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 jump. Black makes this territory, and white gets this. And the problem is, what white wants to do a lot of the time is attack this stone at A. But here it's hard for white to do that because black's got this corner. He's got a friend. So when white attacks, I mean, even if black just jumps out, you can see that it's hurting both of these groups. Okay, so there are other variations white could choose. I think this approach is correct. Don't get me wrong. But you can see that maybe black's answer wasn't the best. So I think a pincer here is the right idea to see what white wants to do. And again, there are lots of Joseki, so you can look them up on your own if you want. Okay, let's go to the next position. Okay, so this is from, what do we do? Okay. So this is from the same game, I think. Oh no, different game. That's right. And so black invades this corner. Sure, why not? You could play lots of different moves. Let's talk about these Joseki. And white blocks this way, which I think is right. It's because black has this stone here, you're never going to be able to develop this side. So okay, block here. Only move. And now, in the game white played this, and I don't think this is the right idea. You can just, I mean, even if black just plays, now you've got these cutting points to deal with. And it's not the best. I mean, okay, so anyway, that's not a good option. So, this is one possible option here, right? Everyone should know this Joseki. And you can see that white takes this big outside, and black gets the corner, but the problem for white is that black's sente, so it's black's turn now. So if black can just invade this pretty easily, then it's maybe not the best choice for white here. Okay, because it's so open. But white has another option, which is here and here. And now the idea is that white takes sente, so white can play something like this. Or maybe in this case, you could start here, but anyway, the idea is that it's white's sente to play away and try and build this. I'm not going to go into the follow-ups for this. You know, you can imagine something like this would be black getting out. So you can see that unlike, you know, this is a little better here in the corner for black, but the outside's better for white. And white got this move, which is really important because you want to build this area. Okay, so just as a note for here, too, here white played away, which is a big mistake. You can play this, you know, and black's probably going to answer, maybe like this. Or you can play just like this, and black should probably answer again. I think black can try and answer like this also. No, maybe not. So black should answer. And now white can come back and play this move. So both this and this are mistakes. I think here black can just play this, and it's annoying for white to have to fix this. And I think, you know, you can jump out. Maybe white gets this, but this is just better for black in the corner, I think. Okay, let's go last situation. All right, so this is from, I think, the same game. Later on, you get this shape in the bottom right. It's black to move. They've done, you know, the rest of the board's happening, but if it's black's turn here, and there's nothing urgent, which I think debatable in the actual game, but black had opportunities. Black has a good move against this shape. So take a second and try and think about these variations. Pause the video if you want. But here's the idea. You've got either A or B cuts, and they're both good in this situation. So let's just say black takes B first. So the typical move would be for, right, this Atari. But the problem is you get counter Atari capture, and this is a ladder. So white's dead. The corner's alive, sure, but that's pretty bad. And I think black even had a stone over here. So that would be pretty disastrous for white. And you can go the other, and you can see you can't go down here. That just doesn't work because this is still just a ladder. I mean, in fact, you can make it. So that would be a mistake, sorry, to play this move, right? Because now this ladder doesn't work. So don't fall for the trick if white goes down. But instead, white could try here, but now you can just take these stones. And I don't think any of these cuts are really a problem, right? So you can imagine like this, 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 and maybe white tries to do something, but it doesn't really work. So this cut's good, and we can look at it the other way. So it's the same thing, right? Here, capture, and this is too many liberties, right? It's like 4-2, so no good. And this way, you get this ladder again, so white should try and live instead somehow, but the problem is there's not a lot of space. And you're going to have to live in Gote, I think. So here and here, and then here would be alive, but it's so good for black to just take these stones. Is there another position? No. Okay, so I think that is some of the highlights from the games that I saw. I didn't include any from the game that Raphael and I played just because it wasn't clear to me what the critical moments were. I guess I'll just put this up here. The position was something like this. Here, and then here, here. And then in this position, I think white played here, and I didn't take the corner. I played this one. He took the corner, and I played here. So I'm not sure if this is the right idea. I think, honestly, I can just play like this and see what white wants to do. I mean, white has lots of choices still. So I think, you know, if white plays this one now, I don't know if I think it's that big a deal, right? Black can just play this and try and make this area bigger. And if white does something like this, right now these invasions are possible, or even this move is probably fine. I guess I could try and be tricky here too and just play this exchange first and then come back and answer this. That's probably okay too. So my idea was to take this big moyo, but I think I just give up too much for it. I mean, if you just think about how many points are in this corner versus how much I gained here, right? Because it's this exchange that's in question, really. A for B, C, or C for D. I'm not convinced that A for B is good for black or C for D is good for black, but I'm not sure. Okay, well, anyway, those are the games, or the critical moments from the games. I guess that was November 29th at Grasslands, so we'd had a few beers, so forgive us. And I hope that's helpful for anyone who is in the club and wants to try and learn something from our games. All right, see you next time.